Welcome back, everybody. You are in for a treat today. If you can't tell what's on this board, I will gladly let you know. This deck is all about cheating my Blightsteel Colossus into play. He is a 11/11 trample infect indestructible. If he would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Blightsteel Colossus and shuffle into its owner's library instead. He costs 12, but of course, we're never paying that. Why? Because this deck is ridiculous. Alright, the basic premise is that I play a Shapesharer on turn 2 that has Changeling, which gives him every creature type at all times. I also can pay 2 colorless and a blue, and he becomes a copy of target creature until my next turn. Alright, here's the fun part. All I gotta do is slap a call to the Kindred on him. I can, for 3 mana of any color and 1 blue, I can enchant creature. At the beginning of my upkeep, I may look at the top 5 cards in my library. If I do, I may put a creature card that shares a creature type with enchanted creature from among them onto the battlefield. Then put the rest of those cards on the bottom of my library in any order. What's the Blightsteel Colossus' creature type? Just for fun. Show you. Because I love showing off my Blightsteel Colossus. He's a golem. Does he share a creature type with the creature I'm going to enchant? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I also got a 1-drop Changeling that I can slap the Call of the Kindred on. She's called Mothdust Changeling. I can also tap an untapped creature I control and give her a flying till end of turn. After I've turned her into a Blightsteel Colossus, of course. I do so love adding insult to injury. This deck's kind of like overkill, because once I get the Blightsteel out, it's kind of over already. But why not play a Fated Infatuation and make a token copy of them? Why not? Also, I can just have a Glasspool Mimic come into play as a Blightsteel Colossus. And like I said, I can use the Shapesharer's ability to turn any shapeshifter into a Blightsteel Colossus. Not bad for just paying 1 mana. But I want to try and get the mana as soon as possible, just in case all fails, then I actually have to cast the Blightsteel Colossus. I got an oldie but a goodie, an Apprentice Wizard. You pay a blue, tap him, and he adds 3 colorless to my mana pool. We got a couple out. 1 island does a lot of damage. If things start going south, we got Flood of Tears. This is a fairly new addition to this deck. I find I change this deck up a lot. But if I get in a pinch, I can return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. If I return 4 more non-token permanents I control this way, I can put a permanent card from my hand onto the battlefield. Guess what card that's gonna be? A Blightsteel Colossus. I know a Soul Ring would be cheaper, but I don't like to rely on Soul Rings. I don't put them in every deck. So I got the Hedron Archive in there to add 2 mana to my mana pool. I can also pay 2, tap, and sacrifice it to draw 2 cards. If somebody decides they're going to try to mill me, not only is the Blightsteel Colossus unmillable, but I got Elixir of Immortalities in there. I got a couple fun 1-ofs that we can go through. We got Expropriate, and what he does is we vote, starting with me. Let's get that a little bit more into focus. We choose time or money. For each time vote, I get to take an extra turn after this one. For each money vote, I get to steal a permanent from one of my opponents. And I have to exile this card after it resolves. Costs 9 mana. But what it does is awesome. And at 10 mana, we can just play an enchantment that lets you cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. Why not? We also have Planar Bridge. I can pay 8, tap, and search my library for a permanent card and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle my library. I do love having all 4 of my Blightsteel Colossuses out on the board. If I happen to have my Blightsteel Colossus stuck in my hand, I like to play a show and tell. Because each player can put an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land from his or her hand onto the battlefield. And I doubt anybody else is going to have something as nasty as my Blightsteel Colossus. Here, another way to get them out of my hand is with the Cryptic Gateway. I can tap 2 untapped creatures I control, and I can put a creature card from my hand into play that shares a creature type with each of the creatures tapped this way. And that only costs 5 mana. So that's a doozy. This has got to be one of my favorite decks. Thank you guys for going through it with me. I just have only basic islands for the mana base. Remember to have an infectious day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.